Hi guys, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. It is kind of a weird 24 hours. The energies are kind of disjointed. I fell asleep on the couch last night, and so I ended up not going to bed till I actually sat down to get into bed at 3:33 last night. And then I started waking up after 7, like every hour, until I finally got up at 11:11, and so I never got any real sleep. It was kind of weird. And then I went to run a couple errands, and I had to go up to the mall, and the energy was just really strange. And then there was a security guard like freaking out at the Annie's pretzel stand, and it was just weird. I just feel very disconnected from that world. And so it's a little strange energy today. A little strange, I have to say. But I have a Divine Masculine read for you. It was done at 12:55 today, and the only major arcana was alchemy, which is patience, the temperance card in the traditional deck. There were 3 swords, 3 wands, 3 cups, and 1 pentacle. So here we have the 3 threes again. So I went to sleep at 3:33 last night. And the court cards were the Queen of Swords, Page of Wands, King of Wands, Page of Cups, and Knight of Wands. The message in the code line was all about moderation, relationship change, and forgiveness. And the numbers were 9, 7, 16, 33, 55, 789, 35, 57, 78, 89, that 3331. And then as I started to read, 39 and 49 also came up, and 390 and 490. So as we start this read, the underlying energies were the brain wars. All right, there's 5 of swords or 5 of orbs in this deck, and then the 9 of cups was right behind that. Okay, so kind of a strange combination there. So brain wars and justice, as the messenger of truth comes in about third-party overindulgences, or it could just be about a third party, about gossip as well. The Knight of Wands, in fear of getting their wish, possibly of a divorce, and possibly getting a wish of their third party. The Empress is out sharing with others, maybe less fortunate. Home, wedding, family celebration, all about family in the end, is the energy coming up here. Also, there could be some definite home family things going on today. I was getting the 4 of Wands, the 10 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Cups all together in the underlying energy here. So that could be leading up to today as well. It doesn't have to be the energy today. So stable home, family money, and happy family, someone has it all. Father may have been in wheelchair with dogs and grandchildren. At that point then, I was getting the energy like what more could a man want other than stability and love of family around him, or the simple life. So do you want an organic life, a life in the suburbs, or possibly with kids in the countryside, and the sound of music was coming up? So it's coming up all the different scenarios. Are you clear on what you want? What is your dream life? And is it the same now as it once was? What kind of life does he dream of if he had a choice? The Page of Cups offers love message to enlighten, as the Queen of Wands is reversed, recovering or trying to get back into the family if they were pushed out because of a fight. Maybe the Queen of Wands reversed wants to get in good again with the family because she may be on the outs, to start over in love and awaken to lack of success or being too needy of attention. So grounding through children, but no love and attention returned. And this is still the energy of that Queen of Wands reversed. As I turned the page, it was 140, and 40 is that Page of Cups energy. Attraction comes up as the underlying energy for the Divine Masculine, and then trust, which is all about faith, was underneath that. Once you gain your trust and your faith, then the magnetic attraction can go forward. So casual sex and or flirtation openly makes the masculine look like a narcissist. Stubborn bull mirror may be reflected here, where two people are both very stubborn, can't see past their own yard, okay, or their own tunnel vision. Stubborn bull, okay. The red flag is above their head, so stubborn they can't even see it to get triggered. So the King of Cups wants a new life. There may be a Cancer and or a Taurus involved with this specific situation. Two bulls in a china shop. In that case, it must end eventually, okay? Because two bulls, that doesn't work. Food left on the floor without getting yelled at. An altar and candles, very romantic, could make fantasy bedroom and surprise her with going on a treasure hunt. And dessert in the end, with a loving man. Parenting comes up for the masculine, but again, the theme here is about parenting yourself. 63 is the number for parenting, which actually is the 9 of Swords. It's the purging cycles. So if you are going through purging cycles, you absolutely need to learn how to parent yourself. What would you do for your child in those situations? And compassion was beneath that, as 99. So important to have compassion for yourself, as well as your children, maybe parenting your parents as well. Resting, praying, meditating on a way out of the chains. How to get to the divine feminine on the other side of the fishbowl. On the other side of the fishbowl wall, floating upside down as to make eye contact with him. And someone had brought this up that I had seen. It wasn't my thought, but it was a perfect explanation of how you can't get to each other. Like if you're in a maze and you get to the end of the maze, but at the end of the maze there's a wall, and your twin's on the other side of that wall. And you can't push it through. You can't get through that wall unless you break it down, I guess. But the only way to get to your twin is to go back out the maze and find another way around that wall. So the fishbowl idea is coming up as the same kind of idea as that. The masculine feeling like he's in a fishbowl, kind of floating upside down, and getting to the glass wall, like can't quite get there and doesn't know why. So the King of Swords is coming up here as busy creating at work, but not using their intuition to his advantage, as 3 gold coins, but how to expand on an enlightened place. A workbench, a lathe, an oven for metal or crystal work, working in sync with the Saturn placement, pointing toes and royal tones in the direction of truth or Excalibur. And then I was getting burrs, so someone's very cold in their truth. Sometimes we can be cold if there's no love behind it. Fear and brain wars are the enemy, as within, so without. Just bring out the wish life and intuition to bring emotional fulfillment in. How to give self-satisfaction when no one is around. Some things that you love to do, as to not guilt others for leaving you behind. So even when you are in your union or in any relationship, what are the things you love to do when the other person's busy doing their thing? You still have to find your own peace, the things that you love to do, away from other people. Enjoying the moment fully makes you more attractive. Magnetizing the gold coin, knowing how to parent yourself. What do you do for your children when they're blue, but you don't have time to hang out with them? So recently, the Page of Wands is the masked boy or girl with desire, the burning desire inside. Standing up for self. The King of Swords is upright here, with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, ungrounded, not using their intuition, or not clearing every day, maybe getting a little disheartened in the journey and letting go of her spiritual practice, that self-discipline. The foundation here is the Queen of Swords, that the worst is over at present. Good with lover, and working out uncomfortable feelings through spiritual work, because sometimes we just have these days where you just feel uncomfortable inside your own skin.
Sorry, I couldn't find spiritual in your contacts.
That's pretty funny. Okay. As we're saying, the Queen of Swords may feel like the worst is over right now present, being good with a lover, and working out uncomfortable feelings through spiritual work. And Siri was just saying, or Sirius was saying, that maybe you need more spiritual contacts in your phone list. Maybe you need to reach out to more spiritual type friends, maybe join a meditation or a yoga group. Keeping it light when you're feeling blue. And then the song, I love this song from, I'm blanking out on the movie. I close my eyes so I can be with you. Oh baby, be strong for me. Baby, belong to me. Help me through, help me need you. Sometimes I wonder. Okay, so you know this song, and I'm getting connection. It's such a beautiful song. But that was coming in for the masculine there. And then I turned the page, it's 207, which is about the high priestess in the chariot. And centrally is the three of orbs. I was trying to get my battery placed in my phone today at Apple, and I forgot to take my pictures off the phone when I went up to the mall today, so I have to go back again. So this is the central energy where lightning strikes between the Queen of Swords and the King of Wands, Shaman, and an Empress who's impatient and not being an angel, clinging to charity work, potentially, to feel worthy, the separated and brokenhearted, to look good on the outside so partner won't leave them, or tired of waiting for equality in the relationship, an epiphany about her power, keeping quiet about a separation or a third party or gossip, the challenge being for the masculine taking the steps toward the Queen of Pentacles, wounded warrior, to get her to let him back in while working on his chakra system. But is he working on 7 or 12 base system? The faceless, the homeless need to be seen. So this is the 7 steps, okay? The challenge for the masculine today. The faceless, the homeless are definitely coming up here as another wound, okay? Needing to be seen, right? The homeless and the poor are the ones who are never seen. They're faceless. People don't want to recognize that because then they have to do something about it. It was just 1221. Wisdom and completion, okay? Reaching out also to the world. Not swept under the carpet, so the comfortable don't have to deal with it. Frustrated and creatively blocked, the wounded warrior is defensive to devil waving, or Capricorn saying hello to twin, while standing there with their ball and chain, like nothing has ever happened. So maybe someone might be running into a divine masculine with their spouse or their partner, and just saying hi friendly like nothing ever happened, and they've never felt anything between you. So pretending there are no faces to the underprivileged, to the downtrodden, and the lost. With tough love attitude, the masculine may have that attitude saying, well, they have 2 legs, tell them to get to work like everyone else. Okay, which may be coming from a father's mentality. Truth and triumph overall, with Emperor out of control. Now walking away from being muzzled and being kept quiet toward a King of Cups with Aries, Capricorn, and or Leo. Or a King of Cups and a Leo, who's also wounded warrior and defensive. Burden, Queen of Cups, wounded warrior, grounding and integrating, while reaping rewards of the harvest. Expressing feelings, passions, and a lot of back and forth communication and or movement. So, this also could be with a lover working on themselves within, or could be up in the mountains, or hiking to ground and think and meditate. But now crowning the read is that King of Wands, Shaman energy, running from a high priestess and or a Viking energy, lover, destined to end and or transform, needing to reconnect to their higher self, his true lover, his higher self. That's how he'll know the difference. The Knight of Cups comes out of another world, where the divine feminine is sealed and reaching out to the masculine with love. Lover's betrayal, destined to bring prisoner into the light, to expand post-feeling their twins sexually, burdens of hiding and anxiety of the Queen of Pentacles, grounding and staying ever present. between the Queen of Wands and the Divine Masculine until one of them can no longer take reaping the false light, the fake happiness, or pretend perfect family anymore. In the War of the Roses, to the death, hopefully no one gets pushed like in the movie. Must it really come to that? Whose happiness comes from staying in a relationship when your partner can sexually feel someone else? That is a lie and an abuse of all involved. But soon, the Page of Cups comes in. To open heart wide, so whether that be a child or just a message of love, we turn the page and it's 232, and 32 is that Six of Wands of the messenger riding in with good news or success or leading the way or just getting attention to confess and drop burdens with dysfunctional family. May have lost money or leaving some family members behind, to find worth on his own, to reap your own rewards as the King of Pentacles who actually earned it. Offering a new life from the 5D, while defensive to the wounded warrior Queen of Pentacles in the 3D. So the masculine seeing himself as offering love. He knows he's offering love in the 5D, but then, especially if they've run into them and kind of just pretended like nothing ever happened, being defensive to the feminine in the 3D when you know you're connected in the 5D. So there's mistrust there because of these things, and the mistrust breeds and then reflects mistrust in the other. The Divine Masculine is an exile of the Queen of Swords and or Leo, or just cold Leo always telling him what to do, not in his power after fighting with verbally sharp or cold Leo, or could potentially be his own ego as well. Around him, or how he is seen, is the alchemical process of the King of Wands reversed, very tired and angry, yet healing. Okay, so this is how he's seen, how he sees himself, that Five of Crystals, in exile from the group. And then this is the energy around him, is alchemy. Okay, and that's usually the Temperance card. So constant back and forth of purging, and then making a bold move forward or traveling patiently towards the light. The masculine needs to clear blocks of the Knight of Wands, protecting his heart and using low vibration energies instead of sitting right up there with the Queen of Cups, loving twin, and choosing a more feminine world, a more loving way to be. The masculine doesn't have to come off as the player who gets all the women. That's the old template, the old idea. But he may be worried about this, that he's not good enough if he doesn't look like that Knight of Wands energy. Okay, so moderation comes up here, as well as relationship change and forgiveness for the masculine. And here's that Knight of Wands energy. You know, he doesn't have to be this. He just is the divine feminine. He does not like he needs to prove his worth, who he is to anyone. He just needs to be his authentic self. But even more than the moderation, relationship change, and forgiveness is pride. All right, so let go of your pride. That's the ego that's getting in your way of your happiness. The divine masculine is needing to reconcile with self about stealing energy due to anxiety issues potentially, but wanting truth and balance in a sweet way. So knowing this is really what he wants, not the energy that he's currently in. How to get hands, how for the masculine to get his hands on a get out of jail free card. So walking away and within, the last two cards come up like this, and the Trinity is the one after the read. Okay, so it's like walking away from everything he's built. Once all the ducks are perfectly in a row, which is not necessary. You don't need that exact closure. There's never a need for perfection. And then the Trinity, which is the Three of Pentacles normally. Walking away and or within, the Magi, or the Magician, dumping all emotions that no longer serve to transform fully in expressing feelings of passion to lover, possibly while on a hike together, to the mountains or on the beach, to ground and to let go of old selves, or doing this separately, but at the same time. Maybe one's at the beach and one's at the mountains. To find a place of co-creation, an explosive ending, and or sudden epiphany, in order to transform fully, he must bring connection, the 5D connection, into his 3D world, and rise above the need for more sleep at the moment. At night, and then this song was coming up, when all the world's asleep, the questions run so deep for such a simple man. Okay? Won't you please, please tell me what to know? I know it sounds absurd. Please tell me who I am. Okay? So healing stuck emotions in need for peace, possibly uninspired at the moment or frustrated, over isolating with a need to come out and be happy and sovereign and detached. There may be a detached off. So he needs to wake up to being happy and sovereign, right, with himself. There may be a detached offer of money or offer of the good life to one in need, but this is not helpful if there's no love behind it. Just keep returning love with to positive intentions to transform the connection, while holding back and not allowing or using boundaries when there's other uses of negative behaviors or intentions. So again, if either one of you comes to the other with positive intentions, even though it's not quite right, to always reward the positive intentions behind a behavior. But if someone comes through with abusive or negative behaviors, don't reward that behavior, but still keep the love. But use boundaries when you need to. Reward the positive and don't reward the negative, but always allow love. So as we get to the next page, it's 252, and 52 is the Queen of Swords. So we have brain wars, resolve with self-love, and getting your wish by giving to self. The Queen of Swords is in exile, being patient for the Page of Wands with the burning desire to find light in his epiphanies of separation from self, to see the synchronicities and take steps to crack his heart open wide and passionately ride in as the King of Wands shaman, walking toward himself and co-creation, possibly walking away from a family and or a business that no longer serves. So brain wars, or that masked boy with the hidden desire, needing to use his intuition when he disconnects in order to reconnect to higher self, which is his twin, in meditation, however he gets there, the Queen of Swords separated from the King of Wands shaman and healing that by taking steps guided by synchronicities. To get out of exile and back into heart, going within with patience and balance and passionately getting going, to walk away from what no longer serves at home and or work, finding your sovereignty, satisfaction, and happiness of self. Letting go of pride and codependencies, being moderate, changing relationship, and forgiving all involved. Okay, so that was the read today. Let's see if I have a... Yes. Okay, so this is the basic read. And then here's the full read. Let's see if there's anything else. Nope, that was it. Alright, so I'm going to let that go. I'm going to do the oracle cards in a separate one, okay? So you guys drink your water and rise and be loved. I'll talk to you.